Hello and welcome to Fractured Online. If you'd like to check out the game, there is a link in the description, and you can check it out through Steam or fracturedonline.com. This video is kindly sponsored by Gamigo, and this is a full open world PvP experience. You can obviously decide on that as well. There are 3 races to choose from, only 2 available at the moment. The game is currently in early access. I'm playing as a wild folk, and a wild folk mage at that. And now here's the really cool, unique thing about this game that drew me to it initially. And that is, whenever you kill an enemy, you'd think normally you'd gain experience, right? No, you're not gaining experience, you're gaining knowledge points, okay? So now knowledge points can then be used to use the various resting points around the area. So for example, I'm using a resting point right now. I just want to show you this real fast. And what we're going to do, as you can see, I've already made some presets, but here's the thing. Let's say that I want to learn a new ability. These are all the abilities, by the way, that you can currently learn in the game. Massive amounts of them, yes indeed. And now here's the cool thing. You can learn any of these. Yes, I know. It's actually pretty crazy, right? You can learn any of these that you like. So for example, if I wanted to learn Shockwave, which admittedly is not actually that good for me because I am a mage, of course, so this is not particularly useful. But if I wanted to learn this, I could click on this and then use 2,000 knowledge points to unlock Shockwave. Now, of course, that's not what I'm going to do because that's a bit of a waste because this scales with strength and I'm obviously an intelligence-based character. However, how do you get these abilities initially? So for example, let's say if I want to unlock Crippling Strike. How do I unlock this? Well, to unlock new abilities, or to gain the ability to unlock them through knowledge points, you have to find the certain enemy that possesses that ability. So for example, you can see here, Crippling Strike, for example, has the Direwolf, Bandit Ruffian, Bandit Thug, Emerald Huskworm, and Sea Crab. All of those enemies you can defeat, and then you gain experience, or knowledge in this case, from defeating them, from fighting them, from studying their attacks, and then you have that ability possibly unlocked. Or at least you're going to be able to unlock it. And then you also have a talent tree. Yeah, here's the talent tree. It's pretty crazy, right? Yeah, it's massive. Absolutely massive. And you can unlock talent points with knowledge, as you might expect. Everything is driven by knowledge. So the more knowledge you get, the more that you do in the game, the more powerful your character is going to become. And so doing that is really going to make a big difference. And also there's a survival mechanic in the game in the form of hunger. So you can see at the very top there, I'm full at the moment. Well, I'm kind of full, and you can find a huge amount of different things that you're going to be able to craft to satiate your hunger as you do. As you wander around and so on and so forth. But otherwise, we also have a crafting system. Yes, there is also a crafting system. And did I mention this is also open world PvP? So you can obviously have players that will attack you, and you can attack players. And you also have the ability to create your very own town. Yeah, there are player-run towns in this game as well. Player-run towns, player-run economy, all that stuff is going on here. And apart from the crafting system, as you can see right here, you also have the ability to tame animals. So for example, let's say that I wanted to find a horse. I actually would like to find a horse. I think that would probably be one of the best things that I could do right now. By the way, this is the map. This is one of the maps. There are many different regions in the game. I think 3 so far, or 2. I'm not entirely sure, but they are massive, as you can see right here. They are absolutely huge. I am very thankful that they have placed little map markers on the actual map, because otherwise I would just get lost for hours and hours. Absolutely incredible amounts of scope here. And then there are things to do. For example, gathering. There's a lot of gathering to do in the game. As I say, this is very much a survival PvP player-focused experience. And as you can see, look, we've got an enemy right here. We've got one of these. I'm going to do a little bit of damage to this guy. Unfortunately, he is too difficult for me to kill with my magic missile. There we go. Now I can use it. And magic missile was actually not a thing that I had available to me at the beginning of the game. I had to defeat a bunch of bandit mages to unlock magic missile. And so that was the only way that I could do it. It's pretty cool. I love that kind of system. I think that kind of system is actually really interesting. And as I say, that was one of the main reasons why I even looked at the game, because I really love that. Because imagining creating your very own character build, something so incredibly unique, just purely for the fact that you can gain abilities from enemy units. And it's so good, in my opinion, in that way. Unfortunately, I am getting murdered by this frog, so let me actually just tackle this guy. It has Diablo-style combat as well. Oh, he's actually making me blinded. He's actually getting me blinded. Okay, I'm going to heal myself. I do have healing available. I have 3 charges available at the moment. That was a new creature as well. That was a toxic dart frog. Okay, thank you. And you gain... As I say, you gain knowledge basically any time you do anything in the entire game. So for example, if I wanted to harvest the passion flower, then I could of course do that. That's going to give me some plant fibers and the passion flower itself. What is that? I hope I am not going to die from this thing. But yeah, there's actually a town here. And as I say, you can literally wander into a town and people will be selling stuff. And you can then buy things from them, or you can try to help out. You can join a guild. You can do all that stuff. Because this is an MMO. This is actually an MMO, if I didn't mention that. But yeah, it's very much a case of have a good old time. What is this? This is a bank. There we go. It's my bank. Okay. Well, I have nothing in there because I'm so incredibly rich. Yes, indeed. But look, this is all player created. This entire place is player created, and this is the town of Nova Luce. Nova Luce? I have no idea what to call it, but yeah, it's looking pretty fantastic. Look, this is the bathhouse right here, and you can also go to the tailor's bench. There's a bunch of different places that you can go to, so there's a weaving station here as well. So for example, let's say that I wanted to craft something. I actually have no idea what I should really craft. I don't have anything available here for me at the moment. I have very little gold, as you can see. But now here's the thing. There are different qualities of crafting items. So for example, let's say that I wanted to craft something from my inventory right here. So let's say I wanted to craft, I don't know, the primitive mage staff. I already have this, but let's say I wanted to craft this. As you can see down at the bottom here, it says armor crafted from inventory is always of poor quality. Well, technically anything crafted from the inventory is poor quality. So in other words, what you're going to need to do is you'll need to go to a town or a crafting area or something like that, and then you're going to be able to gain the ability to craft higher quality gear. And that higher quality gear is then going to provide you with better damage and all that wonderful stuff. Look at this guy. Look, he's got a horse. Where'd you find that horse, sir? Ah, never mind, he's gone. Oh well. I would love to find a horse actually, because that looks super fun. And also the taming mechanic. Oh wow, I'm just getting murdered by this wisp. Yeah, the taming mechanic is also pretty fun. Apparently, I've only heard about it, but yeah, as I say, I've been wandering around trying to find some horses, but I'm being very unlucky. I am being very unlucky with that. So I'm very much hoping that I'll be able to find that, because as far as I'm aware, the taming mechanic is quite cool, the way that it works. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, that's not a horse. That is not a horse. That is a boar of some kind who absolutely wants to murder me. Yeah, let me just run away from that. And also, obviously, after you've completed the tutorial, you're going to be placed with a new player status. As you can see on the right side of the screen there, you do get new player protection, which basically means you can't be killed. You know, you can't be killed for a pretty considerable amount of time. So you have a nice, decent amount to explore. So you can explore the game, you can do whatever you want to do, you can try and build up your character, join a guild, you know, join a town, do whatever you want, basically. It's completely open to you, whatever you want to do. And in my opinion, the amount of freedom that this game provides is immense. You can, as I say, you can do absolutely anything you want. And also, here we go. The Scorching Dart Frog and the Toxic Dart Frog, I have learned 2% knowledge from. So if I wanted to continue attacking them, they would then possibly give me the ability to unlock Blinding Venom or Lethal Strike. Now, for me personally, I would love to be able to get Blinding Venom. As you can see right there, it actually scales with intelligence. So I'm thinking I might try to go back to where that Toxic Dart Frog was. What is this? This is a really big one. Yeah, let's not go over there. I have a blink type spell as well. The blink type spell does have a very long cooldown, but I'm going to assume that later on down the line, you might be able to customize your abilities a little bit as well. In other words, being able to specialize in them a bit more so they gave you, they give you more charges or something along those lines, so you don't only have one charge. For example, I have 3 charges of healing and I only have 1 charge of the blink spell. So there's obviously that. And there are different levels of enemies as well. As you could no doubt tell, that massive frog back there was just gonna wreck me like no one's business. He was really just gonna wreck me. Oh yeah, by the way, this is a land plot right here. This is a land plot where I'm standing right now. And you can, as far as I'm aware, you can purchase this. I think this button right here? Yeah, this button right here. So as you can see, the claiming fee for this land parcel is 4,000 gold coins. If later you abandon your claim, you'll lose everything you've built in it, so think carefully before confirming. Alright, so basically that means you want to you want to become part of the town. Yeah, you want to become part of this particular town. Oh, hello. Can I even defeat this thing? I might be able to. Wait a minute. Let's see if I can actually do this. I'm gonna heal. I gotta be really careful about this thing. I'm gonna blink away when it jumps, and then I'm gonna try to use. There we go. Gonna try to use my wonderful magic missile. That doesn't really do that much damage, unfortunately. I really want that toxic spell, you see. I really want the blinding poison or whatever it's called. That would be fantastic. Okay, not too bad. I should be okay. I should be able to live. Just healing myself a little bit more. Oh, this thing can heal as well. Are you serious? Get out of here with that. Okay, wait a minute. Can I? Yep. Oh, wow, did you see that? Completely, oh, it was a giant bullfrog. Okay, not the one that I actually wanted to attack, but okay. We did gain 77 knowledge points from that, I suppose, which is pretty good. That's not too bad. As I say, basically any single thing you do in the game, whether that's gathering or fighting or, I don't think crafting gets you it, but obviously if you're crafting, then you've already done the gathering, so you gain knowledge points from that too. And there are also respawn times of things as well, so you can't just basically go to the same plant spawn over and over again and just continually get that one thing. But yeah, anyway, what I'm actually going to do is, now that I've explained basically every single thing that we can possibly do at the moment in the game, I'm actually going to go down to one of these combat hotspots. I think that could be pretty fun because we're most likely going to come across maybe a horse in the open fields, because we're kind of in the forest at the moment, so maybe I'm going to be able to find something a little bit flatter, because maybe horses are not really found in this area. And otherwise, the combat hotspot is also going to give me the opportunity to possibly fight enemies that are around my level as well, which might make things just that much easier for us to gain knowledge. What is this thing? I've not encountered this thing before, but I'm going to try and do some damage to it nevertheless. Wow, we do good damage. Yeah, also, there are resistances in the game too. So, for example, if you're fighting something and you think, oh, I'm doing very little damage to this thing, then you can try to use a different damaging attack. For example, I was attacking a fire-based frog earlier, and I realized I've got 2 fire spells, right? I've got 2 fire spells. That's not really going to help me out that much, right? It's not going to help me that much at all against a fire-based enemy. So I decided to start using Magic Missile instead, and it did so much more damage, and I was able to win against that opponent. So that also makes a big difference. Otherwise, apart from that, you can explore around the world, and exploring around the map actually has great benefits to you, because the more that you can explore, the more knowledge points you're going to get. For example, if you actually encounter a gatherable thing that you've not encountered before, or an enemy that you've not encountered before, you're going to gain more knowledge points from that than otherwise if you had already gathered it. You see? So that really makes a big difference. There's also a bunch of stone around here as well. But yeah, anyway, as I say, I'm going to go. I'm getting carried away because I'm excited to continue playing here, because I was waiting to make this. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the combat hotspot, and we're going to see if we can maybe attack some things, try to get some knowledge, try to unlock some wonderful new abilities, and maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to tame a horse. Now, this is actually something that I have not encountered before. This seems to be some kind of statue in the initial place that you come to after the tutorial island. And there are 3 alignments here. You can see here, a good alignment is suggested for players who want the maximum degree of protection from hostile behaviors, or only want to fight against criminals. Because bear in mind, you can actually become a criminal in this game as well. You can do anything you want, as I said. And as you see here, can fight only against evil players, never suffer karma loss, doesn't drop equipment on death, can't summon and gain loot from legends. I have no idea what any of this means. I obviously just, I know about a couple of things, obviously, but not about the more end game stuff. And then we have neutral here. A neutral alignment is suggested for players who want to engage in competitive PvE and PvP content. A neutral character is subject to the following rules: can fight against both neutral and evil players, never suffer karma loss, doesn't drop equipment on death, and can summon and gain loot from legends. And then you have the evil alignment, and is the only option for players who want to engage in criminal behaviors against good players, and is therefore heavily penalized. As a member of the wild folk, your nature prevents you from choosing an evil alignment. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. I chose wild folk just generally because I thought that I wanted to play as someone a little bit different than a human, because you can choose between demons, humans, and wild folk. Demons are currently not available, like I say. They are the primary PvP faction. Humans are pretty much just whatever you want. You can basically be whatever you like. And wild folk are kind of more, shall we say, peaceful focused, I guess. More peaceful focused, more along the lines of you want to help people and you want to build the city up and so on and so forth. There's a person right there that I just passed by, and here's another person. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I'm actually going to unlock a couple of extra talents here, so we're just going to spend another 2,000 knowledge points, and we're going to spend another point in... Can I actually spend another point in this? Let me actually just go over to my willpower. So now, see, now this is the thing. You can create presets. So if you want to change your entire character build around, you can create a different preset that focuses on something completely different. So for example, let's say that I don't know, let's say I'm playing a different character and I'm playing a rogue of some kind, and all of a sudden I feel like, you know what, I'm not going to use daggers anymore, and instead I'm going to use archery. And in that case, boom, I can then change from, you know, using detection score and stuff like that to increasing my accuracy with a bow. Stuff like that is going to really make a big difference. But otherwise, we're going to increase my willpower a little bit further, and then we're going to increase our intelligence. I was actually running away from some... Did I already memorize that? Yes, I think I did. Yeah, so now here's the thing. I was actually running away from some toxic dart frogs. There were 4 of them, and they were murdering me. They were absolutely murdering me. And then I realized I actually do have 3 charges of the blink spell. I did not realize this. So me saying that I only had 1 earlier, yeah, that was obviously incorrect, but that's the thing. It increases the amount of charges you have dependent on what kind of intelligence stat you have. So you can see here, this ability has 1, 2, 3, 4 charges at 0, 12, 18, and 24 intelligence. And things like that are going to be scaling throughout the entirety of your game experience. So the more intelligence you have, the more damage you're going to do with spells, for example. that kind of thing. Anyway, we're almost at the combat hotspot, as you can see right here. I thought I would just show you those various other little things. Now, bear in mind, I have obviously not ventured into a combat hotspot just yet. I have been gathering a huge amount, as you can see here. I have a massive amount of crafting materials and things, and I actually just put a bunch of my various crafting resources that I have gathered onto the player economy marketplace. So, obviously, people are going to be able to buy the stuff that I've put on there, which is great. So I can maybe make a little bit of extra money, and as a result, I can maybe help out some people too. And here we go. We have now uncovered the reclaimed ruins, and look at the amount of knowledge points that I just gained. 1,000 knowledge, and look at this. Who is that? I don't know who that is, but I'm going to try and defeat them. Here we go. Let's do this. Wow, that was actually some massive damage right there. Gotta be a little bit careful. I'm going to use magic missile. Okay, apparently I can't use that too far away. And there we are. That is a grokoton hunter. I have no idea what that is, but yep, there we go. And oh no, I almost died. Heal myself, heal myself. Okay, I think I might die actually. Yeah. I was bleeding. Wow, okay. That guy did so much damage. I am actually really interested to see what kind of ability he's going to give us. This is obviously the, shall we say, the way that they're going to balance how PvP combat works. Because obviously, if someone gets knocked down, you don't want them to get straight back up immediately. So obviously, there's going to be a little bit of a refractory period just to make sure that if the winning side is going to achieve victory, they're going to achieve victory very quickly. Anyway, yeah, I'm actually going to look at my little thing here. I want to find the grokoton hunter. There he is. So what abilities does he actually have? He has ricochet, which is determined by perception. He has spike trap, which I think is the thing that caused... Yeah, that is the thing that caused bleeding. And he also has hunter's mark. Okay, that spike trap could be really useful. I actually want to see, does it scale off anything? Wait a minute, I'm looking at the wrong thing right now. Let me have a look. It scales off dexterity. Technically it scales off dexterity, but only the number of charges. The damage itself does not scale. So I'm actually looking, I'm very much wanting to get this trap. Could be super useful for us. So can I find another? Yeah, there is another one here. Oh, hello. Okay. This thing just went stealth. Okay, it's now... I can now see it again, thankfully. Okay, we're just going to do some damage with arcane missile. No, with magic missile right there. And a grokoton stalker. Okay. So these things, I could basically just kill again and again and again. And then I would be able to gain the... their abilities, basically. So that's pretty much how the game is working. And wow, look at that, we actually have the ability to get stealth and things like that. I was actually thinking that maybe I should play a stealth based character. Oh, hello. Yeah, I'm gonna run away from this. And there is such a thing as a leashing mechanic. So basically you can run away from enemies, and you don't have to really worry about them actually murdering you super hard all the time, you know, for them to run after you and so on. So yeah, that's really nice. Oh, that was a warrior. Okay, so I'm actually now wondering, they must have mages, right? They must have mages of some kind. If they have mages, then that's obviously going to be perfect for us, because then I'll be able to hopefully gain a new spell of some kind. I don't really know. We just know. Ah, is that a mage right there? I think that seems like a warrior. Yeah, this seems like a warrior. Okay, there we go. Good damage. And take him down. There we go. And we're getting knowledge points every single time we take out one of these guys. Unfortunately, I'm taking massive damage from their bleeding effects. I do have some bandages, so I'm going to continually just use a couple of bandages. I'm actually going to put that on my bar right now, so I don't have to worry about that. And, oh yeah. If you're worried about... ability customization and being able to have the abilities that you want on the bar when you want them, don't worry about that, because as soon as you can go to a nearby rest stop, you can change that in the form of presets. Same thing with your talents, like I showed you earlier. You know, the talents working, it works in the exact same way. The mechanics are exactly the same. So in other words, look at this. This is this little bar that comes up here, and you can basically just have any number of things saved there, and then you can select them however you like at the bonfires, at the resting stops, and so on. I'd like to go to the other combat hotspot over there. Oh, hello. Is that a warrior? Yeah, I think that's a warrior. Not a big fan of fighting the warriors. I'm doing really badly with my flame breath attack. I'm not hitting at all with that because I'm just so incredibly misjudging the reach. Oh, it's running away. Never mind. Okay. What's this over here? Is this the mage? This might be the mage. Yeah, here we go. Okay, this is the mage. I'm gonna try to fight these a bunch. Oh no, I'm getting murdered. Oh no, I am getting murdered. I'm gonna have to use my my bandages. I'm gonna have to kill this thing. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's a shaman. Okay, gonna have to be real careful here. Don't want to get... Oh no, I got poisoned again. Okay, I think I might die. Possibly. Oh, and there's a stalker now. Okay, well, at least I found the spellcasters. That's all I really wanted to find. Because now we can have a look. I'm going to die from this. Yeah, I'm going to die from this. But that's fine, because here's the thing. As soon as you get knocked down by an enemy that isn't a player, obviously, they will leave you alone as long as you're not within their aggro radius, as far as I can tell. And I'm actually not entirely sure what happens if you die completely. That is not something that I have had happen, but I'm kind of worried. I'm kind of worried about that. I don't think it's going to actually have that much of an impact. But yeah, I would assume that there is some penalty or another. I mean, you can see here that I'm actually, I believe, losing maximum HP. I think I'm losing maximum HP at the moment. But yeah, these are my stats at the moment here as well. And you can also respec your attributes. Not entirely sure if you can respec them at any time. Yeah, you can? Really? Okay, I had no idea that that was actually the case. That's really cool. So you can basically respec at any time. That is actually really nice. Having the freedom to be able to do that, that's so cool. Yeah, so apart from that, we're now going to go to the other combat area, because I'd like to go to a place where... Oh, wow, there are so many enemies here. I kind of feel like I shouldn't have played a mage. Maybe I should have played something else that's a little bit hardier to kill, because knowing me, I'm very good at dying. Let's just say that. So yes, I am very, very good at dying. You know what? I'm actually going to go back to the town real fast. Alright, so I've actually gone back to the town and I've rested, and that has completely restored my maximum HP. I did not realize that, but now that we've learned it, it's hopefully not going to prevent us from exploring any further, because obviously if we have a low max HP, I'm just going to die almost instantly from anything. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to be creating... Oh no, my inventory is full. Are you serious? Get out of here, small stones. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're just going to craft the commoner's hood, because I actually would like to get a little bit of extra armor on. And that is now on. There we go. And we're also going to be crafting some braces. I actually stood here for a little bit, about 30 seconds, just crafting some linen, because I would like to make it so that we have a bit more armor. Because I noticed, hey, you know what? We're taking massive damage from these enemies, you know, from those lizard men and things. And they were just absolutely murdering us. So it would be a good idea for me to get a bit of extra gear. So that's going to give us some more resistances. And I'm actually wondering, what are these things right here? I think one is a ring. I do have a necklace already, as you can see right there, which actually gives me a little bit of critical chance. Don't think I have anything else. But the one thing that I would like to do... Hello there, sir. There's another person right there. I would like to go over to my bank. And we're just going to put a bunch of stuff in there. The linen weave can actually stay with us. And bear in mind, you can, of course, craft as well. So I'm thinking we're probably just going to be putting quite a few things in there, but nothing that can be used as a sustenance, sustenance source or something like that, because we're probably going to be able to create some food with that, which would be quite nice. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get all these things back out of there. We have 200 gold at the moment, which is actually pretty nice, not too bad. And you can get gold from fighting humanoid enemies. So any single time you see a humanoid enemy, you probably want to fight it. You probably want to fight it because it's going to give you some gold. And that's definitely going to make a pretty big difference overall. And there's a bunch of enchanting ingredients as well. I have no idea what enchanting is, but I'm very interested to find that out. It seems like otherwise, I think that's pretty good. I think we've gotten a decent amount sorted out there. Wish there was an auto sort button. I'd like an auto sort button for the inventory. I think that would be quite nice. So there we go. Fantastic. And as you can see in the chat there, or in the text log, we're actually seeing cities growing, and that's a thing that you can also do if you have a guild or if you have some friends or something like that. You can actually grow a city of your very own. And I don't even know what that actually means, but as far as I'm aware, it makes them even larger. So for example, if we take a look on the map here, you can see that these are both villages. These two nearby to us, they are both villages. There is one here, Lotus Garten, which is actually a town. That is actually a town, and that is at stage 11. So that is exactly what can happen when you have advanced your little settlement as far as you possibly can. It graduates from, as far as I'm aware, it goes from a hamlet to a village to a town. I could be wrong about that, but as far as I'm aware, that is the way that it progresses. So that's really, really cool as well, in my opinion. It really fosters that sense of community among players. At least I think so. And I probably should have made some stuff before I went over here, shouldn't I? Do I have anything that I can actually create here? No, I can't. Oh, that's very, very sad, isn't it? Oh, well, never mind. I'm going to be heading on over to the next combat hotspot, and then we'll see what is going on there. There's also a city area over there that is completely unclaimed. I wonder why. I think it was claimed a number of days ago when I played before. I'm wondering whether that was taken over or destroyed by an opposing human faction or something like that. I guess we'll see. Alright, so we're doing battle with a very, very strong lizard man right now, and I am probably going to end up dying here. I just used my first aid. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. I might be able to. I'm running out of it though. I'm running out. It doesn't seem like I can actually use arcane spells against this guy. So, pretty worried. Ooh, okay. We actually managed to... Wow, okay. Really, really surprised that we were able to live there. 52 gold from this guy as well. And we've now discovered a new opponent, which is hopefully going to provide us with something amazing. I'm gonna have some issues. Wow, this guy has amazing stuff. Okay. I'm gonna need to find more of these fellows. Look at this. Mass Cure Wounds. Every ally within 8 meters from your position recovers health instantly, while any undead in the area takes pure damage instead. Also has Magic Missile, but obviously we already know that. Yeah, that would be amazing. You saw how effective the Mass Cure Wounds was. He was just healing himself like no one's business. It was really quite impressive. But otherwise, yeah, we can now move on down here. Oh no, please no. Oh yeah, by the way, new armor makes a pretty good difference. It does. It makes a pretty good difference. You can see here we're taking very little damage against the warrior. What are they called again? Grokotons or something? This is... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, grokotons. That's it. There we go. Yeah, so these guys are doing a lot of damage to us, but so much less now that we have some decent armor on. And I've almost uncovered this next combat hotspot. There it is. Grokoton District. Oh no, I've walked into the literal lair of the enemy. Okay, yeah, this is probably not going to work out too well for me, considering. But I'm going to try... What the... Okay. Okay. Wow. Yeah. When they walk towards you, run away. That is all I can say, because you noticed what he did right there? He literally ran towards me, placed his trap down, and then it exploded, took away, what was it? 80% of my HP or something like that, and then I died from the bleeding. So yeah, that is a very powerful ability and definitely something that I'm going to look into getting as well. I would love to get that trap. Can you imagine how much damage it's actually going to do in general? It's just going to absolutely obliterate any opponent. Or at least you can only hope it would. As you can see, look at him, look at him. He's trying it. Oh. Well, I'm actually not entirely sure how he even got me right there, but oh well, never mind. Okay, so now this guy's camping my corpse, as you can see right here. Oh, no, now he's leaving. Okay. Oh, I actually wonder what happens if you click suicide. I don't know what would happen. I don't know whether I want to try it out. That's the thing. Not sure if I want to try it out, but the one thing that I have to do is just be very careful about fighting the archers. They are so incredibly strong in comparison to the warriors. But I'm going to continue walking around here. I might be able to, you know what, maybe we should go over there. Maybe we should go over there and check out the other combat hotspot, because this area seems a bit too difficult for us at the moment. Maybe I'm going to need to do a bit of skilling up, get some more talent points and so on and so forth, try to gain some power that way. Alright, so we've arrived at the next hotspot, and apparently it's more unclaimed, or shall we say reclaimed, ruins. And yeah, well, I am not really wanting to fight more of these guys because they are just going to absolutely murder me. Although I am actually kind of considering fighting more of the warriors. I think that might make more sense because they do have an ability that I really would like to get. So I think I will probably end up doing that. This seems like a pretty decent place as well, because I think there are a couple of structures over in this direction as well. I'm not sure if a couple of people have created houses here or whether there's a small outpost or something like that. I'm actually not entirely sure, but if we take a look up here, maybe we'll see. Ah, it is just a plot of land. I see. It is just a plot of land on the outskirts of the unclaimed city area over here. So, what do I think of Fractured Online? Well, personally for me, I feel like it's a fun experience. It's very reminiscent of old school MMORPGs as well, with its progression system and the way that it deals with combat as well. It's a little bit more slow paced. However, it doesn't mean that you're always going to, well, have 5-minute long battles or anything like that. Of course, I haven't done any PvP, but, you know, it very much depends on the skill level of the players involved. But otherwise, apart from that, I enjoy the crafting system, the survival system also, as it provides much more additional depth to creating and affecting the world around you. For example, creating a town and being able to build that up with your friends and indeed your guild as well, potentially. But above all, I gotta say, I really love the way you can defeat enemies. I've already mentioned this before, but I love the way you can defeat enemies to gain their abilities. I feel like being able to do that makes building your character so much more unique and indeed even rewarding, because after you have unlocked these abilities, your character just gains that extra little bit of power, and you can also then create so many different unique builds. You just have, you know, for example, when we were fighting those lizard men earlier, I would have loved to have gained that mine ability, and indeed I will probably try to go ahead and get that. It seems like such a fun ability to use, but that's the thing. Maybe I want to do that with a different character. I think I might actually create a sort of like an archer / rogue kind of character. I think that sounds like a lot of fun. That's going to be it for this episode. If you'd like to check out the game, there is a link in the description, or you can head over to fracturedonline.com and download it there. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.